guys, Mynn from OnAStampage here. I'm really excited to share this newest craft therapy video with you. If you're wondering why I'm using these specific products, stay tuned because I've decided to do a wheel of card making to make this a little bit more interesting than just me talking to you. So here we go with my picks, and then I will be back to share with you what I do with them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to choose 4 different aspects of my card before I start creating it for this month's card therapy. So I have card size and orientation, card making style, color scheme, and I must use embellishment. So we're going to start by clicking what size of a card I'm going to be doing. And it looks like horizontal A2. I don't do a lot of those actually, so that's kind of fun. Okay, so let me write that down. Now let's see what card making style I'm going to be making. And the style is clean and simple. I feel like I do a lot of those, so hopefully you're not going to be bored with that. Now let's go with a color scheme. A color pair. So this means like a color pair that's like on the color wheel that is complementary to one another. Okay, I'm gonna have to choose which color pair. And then the last thing, I'm gonna have a must use embellishment, which can make a clean and simple card hard. So let's see what we've got. No! Oh, I put brads on here because I have a ton. Oh gosh, what am I gonna do with brads? Okay, I'm gonna grab some stuff together and I will be back in just a moment. All right, friends, so like I said at the beginning, now we're back. So I've got my horizontal A2 card ready to go. I've got some brads that I grabbed. I forgot I had these. I've had them for years. They're so pretty. I love the different patterns on them. And I love that some of them are just plain colors, but some of them have like little motifs on them. And since I was doing a color pair, I decided to go with green and red. I don't know if I'm going to use these papers. I just got it to show you that I'm choosing the complementary pair of green and red. And I'm going to be using this cute little image from this stamp set called Gnome Matter from Close to My Heart. I think I might also put a little gnome in there, but I haven't 100% decided because, you know, they've got the gnome sentiments. But then just in case, I've got these sentiments, which I think you'll notice is one of my favorites, the sentiments and stitches. So as we go along, I will have to incorporate brads somehow, and I will have to have the colors red and green be the main / only colors on here. I can use black, which is good. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So this month I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about where I'm at in my mental health journey and see if I can offer you guys any insights into what I'm doing that might help you. So I've talked a lot about, you know, how I suffer from anxiety and other issues. I'm starting up therapy again with a different therapist because my other one had to leave where she was working at BetterHelp. So I'm going to start with a new therapist, and I'm a little bit nervous, but one thing that I've really been thinking a lot about is that if I'm truly going to get like healthy and make sure that I am doing the best for my mental health, is I have to go back and think about those that I might have wronged in the past and explain to them what's going on and kind of apologize. Not apologize for having mental health issues, but apologize for what my mental health issues led to, if that makes sense. So as I've been doing this, it's actually been really good for me. One thing that it's helped me do is recognize how many people just don't understand mental health issues. And I think that a lot of times we equate people those who don't know about mental health as just not really being there for us, not really wanting to help. And what I've learned as I've continued on my journey of self-help, that's just not true. People who don't understand do want to help, but it's difficult when they don't know how to. So as I've been getting better, I've been going around and kind of like apologizing to people, saying, hey, I am really sorry for doing X, Y, and Z. At the time, my anxiety was making it very difficult for me to function. I'm working on that now, and I just want you to know that I apologize for what happened during that time. Okay, so I'm not apologizing for having anxiety. I'm kind of apologizing for my actions, but I'm not apologizing for the why. Because ultimately, getting healthy is not just acknowledging that there's a problem, but acknowledging that I do have to take responsibility for my actions, okay? So, like, I'm not saying apologize for having anxiety. I'm not going to apologize for having anxiety. I don't have control over that. But what I do have control over is whether or not I get help and how I cope with my anxiety. So going along with that, another thing that I've started doing is making people aware when I'm starting to feel very anxious. For instance, today my husband came in and wanted to talk to me, and I was in the middle of a task that was stressing me out. And so I said, honey, I do want to talk about this, but I can't right now because it's really super stressing me out. Can we do this in a little bit? And he's like, sure. So being willing to say, hey, I can't take that on right now, and here's why, I think is going to ultimately help me become a healthier person as well. Because I'm owning my mental health, and I'm saying, no, I can't do that because of this, or yes, I can. And I don't think that that's something that is bad. And I don't think that that's something that people will necessarily become defensive towards. If they do, then it's my job to be like, hey, listen, you know, when you get stressed out and you know how sometimes it's hard to deal with, well, my anxiety makes it like 20 times harder for me to deal with stress. So right now I'm doing the best that I can, and it's not that I don't want to help. It's that my anxiety is making it to where I need to spend some more time on self-care. I'm really loving how this is turning out. I'm just using some Sakura gel pens, and I think I'm going to get out a black glittery pen to do some of the details too, and I'm going to make this flower red. It's going to be bad if I put yellow in it, you guys. I don't know. I said just red and green. Anyway, so what do you guys think about that? Do you think that it's important to make sure that you say sorry for things that happened in the past when you're going through your mental health, or what? Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really helping me feel so much better. Like, I've been able to reach out to people that I thought were not gonna ever forgive me and that we were just gonna have kind of a strained relationship, but because I've reached out to them, I can have a good relationship with them again. And so I'm just really excited about it. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you. I don't really have a lot more going on with my mental health right now. I'm just trying to take a step back and make sure that I'm doing things that will help me so that I can help other people around me, because sometimes I tend to just be in a good place mentally and then take on too much, which is not a good thing because then I backslide. So I think that this whole putting boundaries in thing and being willing to say, hey, this is the why behind why I'm saying no, and then also apologizing, is helping me realize what I can and cannot do. Especially right now during a pandemic, when I'm still working from home because of health concerns. I don't want to be doing things for people when I'm not at work. That's not okay. I don't feel like that's honest as much. So I'm also working on that, trying to find a good balance for that. Oh, you guys, it looks so pretty. And honestly, I think I just want to put a sentiment here and then figure out how to put these brads in. That's going to be the death of me. All right, I'm going to do one of these. I think I'm going to do people like you make the world pretty great. I think that's a fantastic sentiment. I have some friends that I've been wanting to send cards to, so this will be a really good sentiment to add onto here. And I think I actually might stamp this in a red color so that it stands out, since the brads that I'm going to use are green. I'm going to use Stamps of Life Strawberry. These are the old ones. The newer ones are in different packaging. But these are the ones that I have, so we will use them. So I guess my challenge for everyone today is just to think about something that you've done in the past that maybe you're not super proud of, that you would like to apologize for, and just be brave and do it. I know it can be super scary, and make sure that it's somebody that you know is gonna like be like, yeah, I totally understand. Don't go to someone that you know is gonna keep holding those grudges, okay? Oh my gosh, you guys. A2, clean and simple, horizontal, red and green, loving this. I'm gonna round my corners because I just love this, and I'm also stalling because I don't know what to do with the brads. Oh, and this card actually would be really good to go to one of those people that I might want to say, hey, you know, thank you for putting up with me, or I'm really sorry for how I acted. You are an awesome person. Because I think sometimes when you have a mental illness, you tend to make it difficult for other people as much as you're making it difficult for yourself. And I don't think you're doing that on purpose. You're doing the best that you can, but it does affect other people. Like, I think about my poor husband and everything he's had to go through with me, and how grateful I am that even though I've put him through a lot, he has still stuck with me. And so he's a person who makes this world really great for me. All right, guys, I can't not use these anymore. So let's take these out. I've got these little green things. And here's the thing. Is it cheating if I take the brad part off? I'm going to take the brad part off because you know what? I don't want to put holes in this pretty card. So I'm going to take the brad part off. These are my baby snips from Stampin' Up. Had them for years. They've already been ruined by metal. That is why I'm cutting the metal off with them. I wonder if there's any other. Yes, I see this one that is not dotted. Can you see that? It's more of a checkerboard. And I'm kind of thinking of like incorporating down here and then one up here and making them kind of like, you know, enamel dots or something like that. So see, I'm using brads. I'm just not using them the way that they're usually made to be used, because I just don't know about that. Okay, so I've got these two, and then do I want to do another polka dot? I've got a lot of dots in here because of this, so let's see if I can find another checkered one. There's one. Now the question is, how in the world am I going to glue these on? I'm going to figure that out, and if you have a better idea than how I do it, I'd love to hear other ideas down in the comments of how you would adhere these, because what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use dimensional foam squares. So let's see, I'm thinking I might want to use tweezers to put these in so that I can get them in really nicely. Yes, perfect. All right, let's turn these two over. So tell me down below again, what do you think of my idea for, you know, telling people you're sorry for things that happened while you were going through a mental health crisis? How do you feel about being willing to apologize even though it is the mental health that's the problem? And then who would you say you're sorry to if you want to share that below? I'd love to hear. Because there are other people that I wish that I could say sorry to, but it's like they've moved on and I don't know where they're at. Do you know what I mean? Is that too much? I don't think it is. I'm kind of worried that these are not going to stay on because they're already popping up. So I might go back in and like add some sort of glue to them. Finishing touches. Kind of like, who is that last person who would never say anything, but who put up with so much of my crap? Can I even say crap on here? Sorry if that offends you. All right, you guys, there's my finished, clean and simple A2 horizontal card made with brads and a complementary color scheme. I absolutely love this actually, and I really think I know exactly who I'm going to give this to. So your challenge is to go out and make the world a little bit better just by being you. And until next time, thanks for joining me for craft therapy. Hugs and happy stamping, friends. Bye.